Hey people, what's going on? This is your boy Theo and this is A Real Talk, and this week is Mental Health Week. It's Mental Health Awareness Week, I should say. And I wanted to do this video to talk about mental health, and basically I want to talk about my own personal dealings with mental health, and yeah. So one thing I wanted to talk to you today is that I saw Goldie Horn's interview on Good Morning Britain. I remember seeing her before on Good Morning Britain talking about mental health, but when she was there talking about the fame, the success, and how she managed to deal with it, and how she tried to, how she tried to keep moving with it, because she had a plan about what she wanted to do. She wanted to be a dancer, and that ultimately never really happened because everything else took over and she had to deal with it. And I stood up and actually took notice. Even my mom this morning was looking at me thinking, why is your face up? Because when I'm really interested in something, I'm gonna take notes. I'm gonna be standing up at attention, so to speak, and I'm gonna be listening intently to what somebody is saying. But I found what she said was really powerful. I know she's an advocate of mental health. She's actually a patron, I think, as well. She's done quite a lot of work with mental health, and it is that real. When I say that everybody's gone through mental health in some stage or another, and it's so important now to be able to talk about it. There's people out there that's willing to help you. There's people out there that care about you, and you know, there's so much help out there. With me, I've had my fair share of mental health. Of course, as you know, I was bullied in school. That was a lot to take, to be honest, because there was a point in my life where I didn't even think I was going to amount to anything. I didn't think any more of myself. You know, I had, my teeth were all cut out. I even had braces. I was skinny. I had chicken pox for a while. I wanted to believe that my heart was just enough for people to like me. But over time, people just didn't like that side of me. They wanted me to fall in and be like everybody else, you know. They wanted to make me wear Scott jackets. They wanted me to wear Avex jackets. They wanted to be that sort of, you know, that sort of person. And I thought, and I was never ever going to be that sort of person. No matter how hard I tried, I was never ever going to be that sort of person. And yeah, that was tough to deal with. What's also tough to deal with is relationships. Like I said, I'm never going to bash any women that's actually dated me or had a relationship with me. But I've had to deal with pain. I had to deal with the suffering. I had to deal with the whole idea of picking myself up and moving on, and having to, you know, go through life just knowing that I could have done better. I could have done this better. I could have done that better. However reason, I'm not going to go into it, but however reason that, you know, those relationships ended, in the end, it taught me one thing. It taught me that I needed to be a better man. It taught me that I needed to be a better person. It taught me lessons. And it's just, it's really tough. And the one thing that I will say is that it's the things that people can say or do. It doesn't matter if it's relationships, bullying, whatever. It's when you got people who say and do things, and it hurts you, it cuts you that deep, and it leaves you at a place where, you know, you don't even think any more of yourself. You don't feel positive about yourself. You don't like yourself. You know, you feel like, you know, the world is going to be against you and everything else. That has an effect. it has a sombering effect, you know. And I'm not here to say woe is me or anything else like that. All I'm trying to say is that it can be a struggle to cope. I didn't have many people that I can actually turn to speak about my issues and everything else. So what I tend to do is that I would do things to kind of just try to make me feel better. I would probably watch a TV show. I would probably get some food, or I would probably I'll probably play a game. Most recently, I would be going into the gym and having to just do what I needed to do. Yeah, I'll be doing that. And also, I write journals as well. I write journals. I write what's going on and everything, just so that it can be put down. I have some sort of a way to just have an output, really. So that's what I've done. As we go forward in life, I know that there's people out there very conscious of this who have suffered a lot more than me, you know. I mean, even in this pandemic, how it's actually affected us all mentally, it's again harrowing, even more harrowing than my own problems and everything. All I wanted to do was I wanted to do the very best that I can in my job to help as many people as I can possibly can. That's all I wanted to do. Even though it was tough, even though it was bleak, even though it was a time where you know, you don't even know if tomorrow was going to come, you know. And I do feel for every single person that's gone through a lot over this course of this pandemic. I was talking to a taxi driver earlier today, and you know, when he spoke about the way he saw life as it was, you know, the fact that he didn't work for several months, the fact that, you know, his family was kind of suffering, and it was hard. It was so hard. That there's so many people out there more or less in the same boat. And I think one thing that we have to do, emerging going forward, I know everything's opening up. I know things are going to get better over the coming weeks and months ahead. Fingers crossed that we don't get back into a situation where we're going to go back to square one. All I want for people is just that it's so important that we have to check in on people, just to ask them if they're okay, just to ask them how they're doing. Is there anything I can do to help? Is there any way I can try and make things better if possible? And it's so important. It's so important. Talking does make all the difference. You know. You get to understand a person a bit better. You get to interact with them. You get to try and help them in whatever it is that they're going through. You shouldn't make them feel alone. You shouldn't make them feel pushed away. You shouldn't make them feel left out, you know, because you don't know how much it affects them. You know, you don't know how much it affects them. If you was to say something that was terrible, you know, and you don't know how much of an effect it is, then you're part of the problem, you know. Doing things and saying things without remorse, like, but it has no effect on that person, it's just wrong. It is just wrong, and I never wanted to be that sort of person. I believed in always wanting to talk problems out. I believed in communication. I believe in good communication. I wanted to be able to be on the same page with somebody, not something that, like, I feel completely distant by and everything else. So, yeah, I just wanted to be on here just to talk to you briefly about mental health awareness week. And look, I urge people out there who's suffering, who's probably watching this video and probably needs help, talk to somebody. You know, whatever it is that you're going through, however you think it's hard, just taking the first step will make all the difference. Trust me. You know, it's good to have people out there that's out there and supporting you and everything else. And there's help out there. As I keep saying, there's charities now. There's people that's devoted to this sort of subject. You know, your family, your friends. There's so many avenues out there right now to go and help somebody. You know, if you end up having to injure yourself, you go to a doctor. If you end up having to you know, if you end up having to do something, you go to someone to just try and fix the problems. It's more or less the same thing with this. I know that it's just tough, but go out there and just, you know, speak to somebody. You know, we want to be happy, you know, and I would want to see everybody that's happy. You know, we shouldn't be divided as a country, as a nation, indeed the world. We shouldn't be divided. We should be out there to try and help each other, you know, get through whatever it is that we're going through, you know. And I just hope that this message kind of resonates with people. So if you like this video, please like it, subscribe if you're new, comment if you suffer from mental health in any way. Maybe I can talk to you about it however I can. Just let me know, and I'll be back with another video very soon. In the meantime, people, please stay safe. Thanks for watching. My name's Theo. I'm out. Peace.